better to run to meet your lord. Here, take my cloak. Chino, take my pack first. 'Tis heavy. I have sold nothing. But who's this? Why, you have here some friend, some kinsman doubtless, newly returned from foreign lands and fallen upon a house without a host to greet him. Oh, I crave your pardon, kinsman, for a house lacking a host is but an empty thing, void of honour, a cup without its wine, a scabbard without steel to keep it straight, a flowerless garden widowed of the sun. Again, I crave your pardon, my sweet cousin.
This is no cousin, and no kinsman neither.
No cousin, and no kinsman. You amaze me. Who is it then who with such courtly grace deigns to accept our hospitality?
My name is Guido Bardi.
What? The son of that great lord of Florence, whose dim towers, like shadows, silvered by the wandering moon I see from out my casement every night? So Guido Bardi, you are welcome here, twice welcome, for I trust my honest wife, most honest if uncomely to the eye, hath not with foolish chatterings wearied you, as is the wont of women.
Your gracious lady, whose beauty is a lamp that pales the stars and robs Diana's quiver of her beams, has welcomed me with such sweet courtesies that if it be her pleasure and your own, I will come often to your simple house, and when your business bids you walk abroad, I will sit here and charm her loneliness, lest she might sorrow for you overmuch. What say you, good Simone?
My noble lord, you bring me such high honour that my tongue, like a slave's tongue, is tied, and cannot say the word it would. Yet, not to give you thanks, were it be too unmannerly. So I thank you from my heart's core. It is such things as these that knit a state together when a prince, so forgetting unjust fortune's differences, comes to an honest burgher's honest home as a most honest friend. And yet, my lord, I fear I am too bold. Some other night we trust you'll come here as a friend. Tonight you come to buy my merchandise. Is it not so? Silks, velvets, what you will, I doubt not that I have some dainty wares will woo your fancy. Ah yes, now the hour is late, but we poor merchants toil both night and day to make our scanty gains. The tolls are high, and every city levies its own toll, and prentices are unskilful, and wives even lack sense and cunning. Although Bianca here has brought me a rich customer tonight, is it not so, Bianca? Oh, well, I waste time. Where's my pack? Where's my pack, Curse? Ah, yes. Open it, my good wife. Open it. Unloose the cords. Now, kneel down upon the floor. You are better so. Nay, not that one. The other. Dispatch, dispatch, buyers will grow impatient oftentimes. Ah, yes, 'tis that one. Give it to me and touch it with care. It is most costly. And now, my lord, nay, pardon. I have here a Lucca damask. Touch it, my lord. Is it not soft as water, as strong as steel? And then the roses, yes, the roses, are they not finely woven? I think the hillsides that best love the rose at Bellesguardo or at Fiesole throw no such blossoms on the lap of spring. Or if they do, their blossoms droop and die. Such is the fate of all the dainty things that dance in wind and water. Nature herself makes war on her own loveliness and slays her children like Medea. Nay, but my lord, look closer still. This wine stands here in the summer, always no winter. Winter's tooth shall never blight these blossoms. For every ale I paid a piece of gold. Red's gold and good, the fruit of careful thrift.
Honest Simone, enough. I'm well content. Tomorrow I will send my servant to you, and you'll have twice your price.
Oh, my generous prince, I kiss your hands. Ah, but now I do remember another treasure hidden in my house, which you must see. It is a robe of state, woven by a Venetian. The stuff is cut velvet. Ah, yes, you must wear it. There is none worthier in our city here, and it will suit you well. Worthy Bianca, would not this noble and most costly robe suit Lord Guido well? Nay, but entreat him. He will refuse you nothing, though the price be as a prince's ransom, and your profit shall not be less than mine.
Am I your apprentice? Why should I chat with you about it?
Well, nay, fair Bianca, I will buy the robe, and all things that the honest merchant has, I will buy also. Princes must be ransomed, and fortunate are all high lords who fall into the white hands of so fair a foe.
I stand rebuked, but you'll buy my wares. Will you not buy them? 50,000 crowns would scarce repay me. But you, my lord, shall have them for 40,000. 30. 20. 6? Is that price too high? Name your own price. I have a curious fancy to see you in this wonder of bloom amidst the noble ladies of the court, a flower among flowers. They say, my lord, these high-born dames do so affect your grace that Where you go, they throng like flies around you, each seeking for your favour. I have heard also of husbands that wear horns, and wear them bravely, a fashion most fantastical.
No, your reckless tongue needs curbing. And besides, you do forget this gracious lady here, whose delicate ears are surely not attuned to such coarse music.
Try, I've forgotten, nor will offend again. Yet, my lord, you buy this robe of state. Will you not buy it? 40,000 crowns, 'tis but a trifle to one who is Giovanni Bardi's heir.
Settle this thing tomorrow with my steward, Antonio Costa. He will come to you and you will have 100,000 crowns, if that will serve your purpose.
100,000. Said you 100,000. Oh, be sure that will for everything, and in all time make me your debtor. From this time forth, my house and everything my house contains is yours and only yours. 100,000. My brain is dazed. I shall be richer far than all the other merchants. Generous prince, this night shall prove the herald of my love, which is so great that whatsoever you ask, it will not be denied you.
What if I ask for white Bianca here?
You jest, my lord. She is not worthy of so great a prince. She has been made to keep the house and spin. Is it not so, my good wife? It is so. Look, your distaff waits for you. Go on, sit down and spin. Women should not be idle in their homes, for idle fingers make a thoughtless heart. Go on, sit down, I say.
What shall I spin?
Spin some robe which, dyed in purple, sorrow might wear for her own comforting, or a long-fringed cloth in which a newborn and unwelcome babe might wail unheeded, or a dainty sheet which, delicately perfumed with sweet herbs, might serve to wrap a dead man. Go, spin what you will, I care not.
The brittle thread is broken. Dull all wearies of its ceaseless round. The dull distaff sickens of its load. I will not spin tonight.
It matters not. Tomorrow you shall spin, and every day shall find you with your distaff. I've heard strange things about men's wives. And now, my lord, what news abroad, huh? I heard today at Pisa that certain of the English merchants there would sell their woollens at a lower rate than the just laws allow, and entreated the signory to hear them. Well, is this well? Should merchant be to merchant as a wolf? And should the stranger living in our land seek by enforced privilege or craft to rob us of our profits?
What should I do with merchants or their profits? Should I go and wrangle with the signory on your account? Or wear the gown which you buy from fools or sell to sillier bidders? On Simone, wool selling and wool gathering is for you. My wits have other quarries.
Noble lord, I pray you pardon my good husband here. His soul stands ever in the marketplace and is upbeat but for the price of wool. Yet he is honest in his common way. And you, have you no shame? A gracious prince comes to our house and is wearied in his most misplaced assurance. Ask his pardon.
I ask it humbly. Oh, we will talk tonight of other things. No, I heard today at Pisa that certain of the English... I heard the Holy Father sent a letter to the King of France, bidding him cross that shield of snow, the Alps, make a peace in Italy, which will be worse than a war of brothers, more bloody than civil rapine or intestine feuds.
We are weary of that King of France. Whoever talks of coming yet never comes. What are these things to me? There are other things closer and of more import, good Simone.
I think you tire our most gracious guest. What is the King of France to us, as much as your English merchants with their wool?
Is it so then? Is all this world narrowed into the confines of this one room with but 3 souls for poor inhabitants? There are times when the universe, like cloth in some unskillful dyer's vat, shrivels into a hammer. Oh, perchance that time is now. Well, let that time be now. Let this whole world be as that great stage whereon kings die, and our ignoble lives become the stakes God plays for. I do not know why I speak thus. My ride has wearied me, and my horse stumbled thrice, which is an omen that bodes not good to any. Alas, my lord, how poor a bargain is this life of man, and in what mean a market are we sold? When we are born, our mothers weep, but when we die, there is none weeps for us. No, not one.
How like a common chaplain does he speak. I hate him, soul and body. Cowardice has set her pale seal upon his brow, his hands, white as the poplar leaves in windy spring, shake with some very mouth blurts out a foolish froth of empty words like water from a conduit.
Sweet Bianca, he's not worthy of your thought or mine. Man has but a very honest name, full of fine phrases for life's merchandise, selling most dear what he must hold most cheap, a windy brawler in a world of words. I never met so eloquent a fool.
Oh, but death might take him where he stands.
Who spake of death? Let no one speak of death. What should death do in such a merry house with but a wife and a husband and a friend to give greeting? Let death go to houses where there are vile, adulterous things, like chaste wives who, growing weary of their noble lords, draw back the curtains of their marriage beds, and in polluted and dishonoured sheets feed some unlawful lust. Ah, 'tis so strange and yet so. You do not know the world, and you are too single and too honourable. I know it well. Oh, would it were not so. I would be as merry as beseems a host who finds a most gracious and unlooked-for guest waiting to greet him. Ah, but what's this? Why, you've brought a lute to play for us. Oh, but my lord, if I'm too bold, pardon, but play.
Some other night, not tonight. You and I, together with no listeners but the stars of a more jealous moon.
Oh, but my lord, I do beseech you. For I've heard that by the simple fingering of a string, or a delicate breath breathed along hollow reeds, or blown into cold mouths of cunning bronze, those who are curious in this art can draw poor souls from prison houses. I have heard also how strange magic works within these shells, that at their bidding casements open wide, and innocence puts vine leaves in her hair, and wantons like a maynard. But let that pass, your lute I know is chaste, and therefore play. Ravish my ears with some sweet melody. Oh, my soul's in a prison house and needs music to cure its madness. Oh, good Bianca, entreat our guest to play.
Be not afraid, I will not guess who choose his place and moment. That moment is not now. You tire him with your uncouth insistence.
Some other night. Tonight I am content with the low music of Bianca's voice, and when she talks, charms the more amorous air and makes the reeling earth stand still to fix its cycle round her beauty.
You flatter her. She has her virtues, as most women have, but beauty's a gem she may not wear. It is better so, perchance. Well then, my lord, if you'll not draw melodies from your lute to charm my moody and o'er-troubled soul, you will drink with me at least. Your place is laid. Bianca, go and close the shutters. I would not have the world with its small prying eyes to peer upon our pleasure. Now, my lord, give us a toast from a full brimming cup. Ah, look, what's this stain upon the cloth? It looks as purple as a wound upon Christ's side. Wine merely, is it? Ah, I've heard it said when wine is spilt, blood is spilt also. Oh, but that's just a foolish tale. My lord, I trust my grapes to your liking. The wine of Naples is fiery like its mountains. Our Tuscan vineyards yield a more wholesome juice.
I like it well. And with your good leave, we'll toast the fair Bianca when her lips have like red rose leaves floated on this cup and left its vintage sweeter. Taste Bianca. All the honey of the Hiblian bees matched with this draught will bitter. Good Simone, you do not share the feast.
Ah, it's strange, my lord. I cannot eat or drink with you tonight. Some humour, no doubt, or some fever in my blood at other seasons temperate, or some thought that, like an adder, creeps from point to point, that like a madman crawls from cell to cell, poisons my palate and makes appetite a loathing, not a longing.
This kind of chaffing wearies me with words. Bianca, I must go hence. Tomorrow I'll come. Tell me the hour.
Come with the youngest dawn until I see you all my life is vain.
Now I'll loose the falling midnight of your hair, and in those scars your eyes, and you behold mine image as in mirrors. Dear Bianca, though it be but a shadow, keep me there, nor gaze at anything that does not show some symbol of my sin.
Oh,
I am jealous of what your vision feasts on.
be sure your image will be with me always. Dear, I can translate the very meanest thing into a sign of sweet remembrances. For come before the light with its shrill song, this wake your dreams. I'll stand upon the balcony.
And by a ladder wrought out of scarlet silk and sewn with pearl, will come to meet me, white foot after foot, like snow upon a road.
As you will, whatever that was, for love or death.
Simone and I must go to mine own house.
So soon? Why should you? The great Dwommer's bell has not yet tolled its midnight, and the watchmen who with their hollow horns mock the pale moon lie drowsy in their towers. Stay a while. I fear we might not see you here again. Oh, and that fear just saddens my too simple heart.
Be not afraid. I will stand most constant in my friendship. But tonight I must go to mine own house, and that at once. Tomorrow's with the anchor.
Well, well, so be it then. Oh, you know, I would have wished for fuller converse with you, my new friend, my honourable guest, but that it seems may not be. And besides, I do not doubt your father waits for you. No doubt wearying for voice or footstep. You, I think, are his one child. He has no other child. You are the gracious pillar of his house, the flower of a garden full of weeds. Your father's nephews do not love him well, so run folks' tongues in the forest. I meant that. Men say they envy your inheritance and look upon your vineyards with fierce eyes, just as Ahab looked on Naboth's goodly fields. But that's but the chatter of a town where women talk too much. Good night, my lord. I will fetch your cloak and your sword. Nay, pardon, it is but meet that I should wait on you, who have so honoured my poor burgher's home, drunk of my wine and broken bread and your sweet familiar. Sometimes my wife and I will talk of this fair night and its great issues. Oh my, what sword is this? Ferrara's temper, pliant as a snake. Oh, and deadlier, I doubt not. One need fear nothing in the mole of life. I never touched so delicate a blade. I have a sword too. It's somewhat rusted now. We men of peace are taught humility, and to bear many burdens on our backs, and not to murmur at an unjust world, and to endure unjust indignities. We are taught that, and like the patient Jew, we find profit in our pain. Yet, I remember once, upon the road to Padua, a robber sought to take my pack horse from me. I split his throat and left him. Now, I can bear dishonour, public insult, many shames, shrill scorns, and open contumely, but he who filches from me something that's mine, though it be the meanest trencher plate from which I feed mine appetite, oh, he perils his soul and body in the theft, and dies for his small sin. Oh, from what strange clay we men are moulded.
Why do you speak like this?
I wonder, my Lord Guido, if my sword is better tempered than this steel of yours. Shall we make trial? Or is my stake just too low for you to cross your rapier against mine? In jest? Or in earnest?
Naught would please me greater than to stand fronting you with naked blade, in jest or earnest. Give me mine own sword. Fetch yours. Tonight we'll settle the great issue whether the prince's or the merchant's steel is better tempered. Was not that your word? Fetch your sword. Why do you tarry, sir?
My lord, of all the gracious courtesies that you've showered on this barren house, this is but the highest. Be angry, go and fetch my sword.
Kill him!
Aha! Oh, only a scratch. Just a scratch. Do not look sad, Bianca. Your husband bleeds, 'tis nothing. Oh, go and take a cloth. Bind it about mine arm. Quickly, my good wife. Go. And bind it about mine arm. Oh, not so tight. Not so tight. Softer, my good wife. You're not sad, I pray. Oh, no. Take it off. What matter if I bleed? You see, I was right. My sword is better tempered and finer steel. But let us match our daggers.
Kill him! Kill him!
Do I not leave my friend? Fool! Take the straggling fingers from
my throat! I am my father's only son! The city has but one heir, and their false enemy, France, waits for the ending of my father's line!
Oh, hush! Your father, when he's childless, will be happier. And as for our state, well, I think our state of Florence needs no adulterous pilot to tell. Your life would soil its lily.
Take off your hands! Take off your damned hands! Loose me, I say!
Hey, you're caught in such a cunning vice that nothing will avail you. And your life narrowed into a single point of shame ends with that shame and ends most shamefully.
Let me have a priest before I die.
Oh, what wouldst thou have a priest for? You can tell thy sins to God, whom thou shalt see this very night, and then no more forever. Tell thy sins to him who is most just, being pitiless, and most pitiful, being unjust. As for myself,
Bianca, help me, Bianca, thou knowest I am innocent of my
what is that life yet in those lying lips? Die like a dog with a lolling tongue! Die! Die! Oh, the dumb river shall receive your corpse and wash it all unheeded to the sea.
Lord Christ, receive my wretched soul tonight.
Amen to that. Now, for the other.
Why did you not tell me you were so strong?
Why did you not tell me you were beautiful?